Yo, what up, world? It's your boy Ray, for Ray Ray's podcast. Who we got in the building?
What's up, guys? It's Mario.
So, me and Mario, we decided to get together on something. We did a couple podcasts together on Ray Ray's podcast. So, we was talking. We got a lot of buzz videos we posted. So, we came up with Toxic Tuesdays. This is our first episode of Toxic Tuesdays. And let me tell you what Toxic Tuesdays is going to be about. So, y'all don't get it twisted. We're not promoting toxicity. Is that the right word? If not, it's the word today. We're not promoting toxic habits. We're just bringing a lot of toxic things to light. There's a lot of things that are going on in relationships that are quote unquote toxic because that's a word to say. So we're gonna bring some of those things to light. What you gotta say about that, Mario?
I like it. Let's get into it.
Listen into it. Real quick though, we do want to start off with a PSA. February, Valentine's Day, a lot of people feel like they're not loved. If you ain't got no Valentine, don't be tripping about that. You're loved. Don't feel depressed because you ain't got nobody. It's cool. You're still working on yourself. Yeah, right person come for you when your time is supposed to be. Also, men, please get help out there. If you're feeling a lot of stress, you're feeling depressed, you got suicidal thoughts, please check in with somebody. Get help. It's nothing wrong with getting help. There's nothing wrong with being a man who wants to get therapy or getting a mental health coach. Please do that because your life is valuable. We care about y'all, but man, keys. Also, ladies too, take care of yourself. Take care of your mental, which is really important.
I think actually that's one of the things I feel like men don't talk about is mental health. I feel like it's so common for us to just bottle things up, and I don't know, man. I don't agree with that.
Well, I think a lot of it is too. Men also, especially like minority men, like black men, Latinos, for Latinos, a lot of guys and have cheese. That was great. The dad said right there, yeah, have a cheese. It was like, bro, you better check that off. You better not cry. You better get up. You act tough. You're taught to hold that stuff in. Which I think that was the wrong thing for us to start because, sometimes I ain't trying to sound like but sometimes you do gotta cry, man. Well, we gotta let your shit out.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I be crying. And this is what I do. Whenever I'm feeling some type of wave, I just take long rides. That's kind of how I process sometimes my emotions. I'll take a drive and I'll just cry shit out. Sometimes I don't try to do this in front of people, but that's how I do. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, man. I think for me growing up, it was very normal, or it was taught to just keep shit to yourself. And man, I cannot tell you the fucking the damage that does over the years, just bottling stuff up, not talking to somebody about what's going on. It's not healthy, Alan.
It's not. And that's something you gotta, if you are taught that way, you gotta kind of reprogram yourself. You gotta get help.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to someone because talking about it makes you feel better. What it brings, and also, okay, there is a situation because always the first step is admitting you have an issue or something wrong. That is always the first step. So whenever you realize, hey, I could have this going on, the second step is you create things and plans. I can't talk right now. Yeah, plans in place to correct those situations.
Right.
So, yeah, man, women, anyone not quite themselves anymore, check them in because this world's crazy. You can go lead in. You gotta be careful. Also how to treat people too, man. Because that's a really big thing. Because someone can be having a bad day, and you say something that could really trigger a person,
set them off,
bro. So just careful with your words, bro. Word the power out.
Yep, I agree.
But speaking of words, we're talking about toxic, all right? So what is toxic? The name of this first episode called "What is Toxic?" All right. So toxic definition is poisonous. That's the first definition. 2, very harmful or unpleasant. In a pervasive, matter. That's what toxic is. Now, a relationship can be toxic in multiple different ways. It can be toxic when your well-being is being jeopardized, and that can be mental or psychologically, verbally, or even physically abuse. This is a form of toxicity. Then you have everyone has different forms of toxic, like, toxic masculinity, you know, a lot of different things. People were like, oh, you're toxic, you're talking toxic. That's because you don't fit their role doesn't mean it's
I think it just that word is thrown around a lot. But yeah, that's basically what it is. What was that? Was that Google? That definition that you read out?
Yeah, I'm gonna Google. Yeah. Webster's dictionary where you get it from. Yeah. That's the form. That's what toxic is. So, what do you think your number one form, or not yours, but what do you think the number one form of toxicity is?
And for me, look, in my experience, my personal experience, it's just manipulative people. I feel like in past relationships that I've been in, for me, when they start getting toxic is when people can't take accountability for their actions, can't apologize, they find sneaky ways to manipulate you. You got what I mean? And I feel like I've had to, over the years, been practicing to be self-aware, because I feel like I had some of those traits too, early on. I could never be wrong. I couldn't fucking apologize. And then, I had to grow up and take accountability for my bullshit. I feel like that's when I started growing, becoming a better person,
Yeah.
So sometimes when I come across people that aren't there yet, it's just, man, it's like a reflection of some past version of who I used to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man, I can't associate with people like that. If you can't apologize, if you can't take accountability for something you did wrong, I can't associate.
Well, how big is an apology, bro? Like, how big is the words? An apology, like, I think apology serves two purposes. One, it lets the other person know, like, hey, I realize I made a mistake, I'm wrong, and I'm big enough to admit that I was wrong. I think the second reason and importance of an apology is you're aware that, oh shit, I was in the wrong. It brings that self-awareness to the situation. And, and there's a lot of people, they get bitter over time because you never apologize and stuff. I'm not even trying to funny. I'm being serious. Like, you don't know what an apology can do for someone.
Oh yeah. See, the thing is too is it's got to be a sincere apology, because I feel like some people use apologies as a way to manipulate.
Yeah.
They'll do wrong and then they'll apologize, but they'll continue the same behaviors. So, are they really sorry? They keep doing the same thing over and over. So I feel like that's where you have to be aware and say, okay, your sorries don't really mean anything. You're just apologizing because you got caught. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on how sincere the apology is. Otherwise, it means nothing.
Because, really, honestly, a true apology is change action. That's the definition of an apology. And it would be 100% with that. So that's one of the things also we're going to be talking about on this Toxic Tuesday, because the importance of this episode right now is letting y'all know some things that are going to be coming on in this podcast. We're going to have different guests, different people from different walks of life, different opinions. So it's not going to be just our two opinions, because there's people out there that are married and successful, divorced, single mothers. I got even psychologists and mental health coaches are going to be coming on and, speaking with us and talking to us about that. So you're going to get a lot of different opinions, about toxic thinking, toxic traits. So other than people that manipulate, what's another big trait, form of toxicity that's really, really out there?
And I think all forms of abuse, mentally, emotionally, physically. For me, physical abuse, that's a form of being toxic. I don't think people should be putting their hands on each other.
On each other, yeah.
I feel like in my experience, it's not talked about a lot, but I do have a lot of buddies that we sit around and talk about these things where it's not talked about enough, man. But I feel like there's a big majority of guys out here that, it sounds even kind of weird to say it, man, but that get hit.
Yeah,
and it's I think it's normalized a lot sometimes for women to get away with hitting men, putting their hands on men.
Yeah.
But if the roles were reversed, it's
never. It's like even doing so, even if a man is like getting abused or beat on, he really can't defend himself because he's a man. They're saying like, oh, what did you do to cause her to act that way? That's always a question in a lot of times. Like, what did you do for her to cause her to act that way? Well, what if she's just doing that out of the blue? And we're not just bashing women. Let's get that right. What y'all think we're bashing women? We're not doing that. But, a man who really can't defend himself, and if he can't, it's almost a certain degree. Like, he's like, hey, like, just moving her out the way. Even if you just move a girl out the way, they're saying, hey, that's abusive.
Yeah.
You're being hit.
It's tough. But see, even then, I feel like no matter what you do, I don't think there's a good enough reason for somebody to put their hands on men or you know what I mean? But that for me is a big one. Is a cool abuse. The thing is emotional abuse. I mean, that's huge, and I feel like it's a little harder to spot too. There's a lot of relationships where there's a lot of emotional abuse going on, and it's a lot harder to see because there's no bruises and any cuts. But some people are out here suffering. It's just, I don't know. Toxicity is it's not cute. It's for sure. I think it's a trend, man. That word gets thrown around a lot. I know it's not
do that. We're all like, oh, we're toxic.
Yeah,
crazy. Like, I don't know why girls think it's cool to say, I'm kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, you were saying you're kind of crazy.
I appreciate them telling me that, those.
Yeah.
Friend zone. Real quick.
So, like, what do you have about this would be a toxic? What about the term, skip or not gonna lie, gaslight?
Gaslighting, man. This is another form of manipulation for sure. I think if I'm not mistaken, Google defines it as twisting somebody's reality or perception of reality.
So basically, yeah, like if you say like, oh, no, I really want you to wrong on that, whatever, that's kind of a form of gaslighting. If trying to make someone basically feel less than what they really are.
Yeah, this is I don't know. I think when you spot those things very early on, I feel like you should call people out and maybe even cut them out of your life. I don't think you should be around people that belittle you, people that talk down on you, try to stuff like that. Friends or family, man. For me, my experience, I've cut out a lot of friends and family that aren't helping me build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is I feel like I don't need help. But I mean, if you're not gonna be helping, don't be in my way. I don't need you to be there, belittle, talking down on that gaslighting shit. I don't know, man. For me, I just pick it up like this. Maybe because I've been around it so much, So whenever someone tries to gaslight, I just pick up on it super quick, and I don't know. You're out.
So I want to clarify something you just said. You said you don't need help. What is your definition of what you mean by that? You see?
You know what? That's a good question. Look, let me go back to that. I feel everybody needs help some way, somehow. But, I think for me, I feel like I do enough for myself to keep growing, keep building, right? Even if I'm struggling, even if it's going to take me a while, I'm gonna be doing that. Keep pushing. And I mean, if I'm already struggling, imagine having friends and family that are just tearing you down. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're not going to contribute to my growth, then just get out of my way. And I don't even mean financially, but words of encouragement. You know what I mean? For me, I'm big on words of encouragement, building people up, and hyping people up. But so when I don't get that in return, not that I need it,
yeah,
but it's like, just get out of my way. I don't need you to talk down on me and stuff like that.
So that's fine. Is there leveling, which is affirmation?
Yeah.
Affirmation, yeah.
I mean, like you said earlier, words are huge. I think words can either help build you up or tear you down. So I think it's really important to have a partner that encourages you, wants better for you.
I mean, because you got to think about that. Words, what they do, they plant seeds.
Yeah.
They have seeds of encouragement, seeds of settle out, instruction. I mean, because someone, may say something to you may get really down because you start believing that you are what that person said about you.
Yeah.
And so that's where, like, words are powerful, right? You also people around here that are gonna uplift you and not tear you down.
I'm big on that. I mean, having people that help boost you up, friendships, partners, all that stuff.
Also, that should also go for like it's a social media aspect. I think people post what they want to be seen on social media. People can see like the really cool people on social media. Even in person, they're just
The shittiest one.
I my God, fast.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's really important. You gotta look past the glitz and the glam to really get into it. Like, and also like when you really start to date someone, get to know them. Nobody ask them down questions like, "Oh, what's your favorite color? Or what's your favorite movie?" That's pointless. I'm knowing what's favorite color. Ask him, what are your ambitions? What is vulnerable? What things do you not like? What things do you do like? Far as how do you like to be supported? We're having an issue. Do you want to talk it out? Space. A lot of things like that. You should be learning these days. Like, be learning your favorite color, your favorite restaurant. What not accomplishing shit.
Yeah.
Or like also too, I've been seeing it too. Like it's really weird. Like with somebody, I was on a date now once, and a girl started off the conversation just like, "What's your favorite restaurant?" Like, oh, I know where this is going here. I know where this is going here. Oh, you want me?
Where was this going? Let's hear about this.
I give it no attention.
Yeah.
Hold on. If you're asking me off the rap, what's my favorite restaurant? I feel like you trying to take you out.
Yo, you know what's a huge turnoff for me? This question. When you get asked what sign you are. People that are on horoscopes and stuff, like zodiac signs.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, I know exactly. But does this shit even mean anything?
Look, to me, that's a instant turn on because I feel like people, they're interesting for sure, but I feel like people try to base other people's personalities and character off of a zodiac sign. To me, that's just a huge turn on. I can't. Anytime I get that question, what's your sign, what's your zodiac, but that's just my opinion.
What another, I think, form of being toxic is try to move on to a new relationship. You're not over the last one.
Yeah.
Because everything that guy or girl does should appear to the person that scarred you or hurt you. Like, oh, he did those same things. You're the same person like that. Now we're going to give that person that full opportunity because you keep comparing them.
Yo, I hate that. People that move on relationship to relationship, that is not healthy. I don't think that's healthy at all. I've dealt with people like that, and it's just what they do. What I've seen they do is they tend to carry on past traumas and bullshit that they had in the last relationship, and they carry it on to the next relationship. And I'll tell you what, I try to do that, and I can't, man. Fuck it, I can't. To me, after a relationship or situationship, I need to take some time to myself. I need to self-evaluate. I need to figure out what went wrong, what I did wrong, what the other person did wrong. So I don't keep continuing the same cycle. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't do that. They jump from relationship to relationship. They're constantly dating other people. They got a new person 2-3 months later. I don't know. I can't do that.
But you also got to remember too, just because you may have quote unquote did something wrong in a previous relationship, everything you may have did wrong in that relationship may be right for another person.
Okay. Elaborate. I want to hear about this.
So, everyone says, I hate this term, but there's a term that gets thrown out a lot. Oh, applying pressure. Now, I don't know where this term came from. There's a term out there. It's called applying pressure. Then, when you do apply what's quote unquote pressure, some girls say, hey, you're applying too much pressure. What does that mean? You told me to apply pressure and I'm doing it. Now it's too much. Then there may be some person out there who wants to apply all the pressure in the world. And so that is one of those things. Something you may do may not be right for one person, but it's everything for somebody else. Yeah.
I don't know, man. To me, in my opinion, I feel like that phrase, applying pressure, that to me sounds a lot like I need you to chase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think at a certain age, we're just too grown to be out here chasing people. I feel like if the energy isn't reciprocated, I'm not chasing anybody. I feel like there's a difference between pursuing and chasing, and applying pressure. I really think if somebody's genuinely interested in you, you don't need to apply pressure. They make it easy to be around them. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, in my experience, the women that use that phrase a lot are the women that love to get chased. They love the attention, they love validation. And I'm not, way too much other shit going on to be doing that.
What's a brief story real quick, then we start wrapping this thing up. About applying pressure. Me, as a dude, try to date. You know, if I'm really into you, I really want to make you happy. I want to do stuff. Surprise you, make you feel special, let you know, and you're important to me. If I'm really into you, okay? So I would see this chick, and, you know, we would talk all the time. So one morning I decided I would surprise her before work. So I knew she liked to start coffee, they would, you know, she told me where she worked at. So, you know, I pulled up. I was like, we always talked. She was already at work. I was like, oh, I'm doing something right now. Doing something. And then she came around the corner. I was like, hey, you still have around the corner. She's like, what? She's like, I knew you better feel weird. Surprised her with coffee. She loved it. She thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, okay, cool. And she liked it. You know, I kind of did it on a regular thing. Then after that became an issue, she said, that's kind of creepy showing up now. And my job. So I feel like someone probably got her ear. Oh, like, oh, that's kind of weird. But my intention was to make her feel special. Looking back at it, maybe okay, maybe I could see how someone thinks that's kind of creepy, but the intention was to show you that, hey, I think you're important. Surprise you, like, it's just something small. Just want to bring you coffee on them. He will pull you up like that, but
yo, can I give my opinion? Well, let me ask you this: were you guys dating, or were you in a relationship?
We weren't like in a labeled relationship, but we were dating to get. We were trying to see if we would do that, and we dated for a few months. But
oh man, that for me, this is just me, right? My opinion, I would probably just be doing that, you know, the coffee thing and all that, which I think was great for you to be doing that. I would be doing that if this was my girlfriend. Never like in a relationship. I feel like in the dating stage, you guys are just talking, even if it's a few months in and there's nothing solid just yet. Yeah. Sometimes a lot of the things that you do, they come off as a little too much, a little too extra. So what I do is I just kind of play it by ear and see if my energy is being reciprocated. Yeah. And then I keep the ball going. But I can see that, I guess.
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I see both sides of it, which is what the intention was for it. Like, if you got out there trying to be creepy, that's the story. And it was to me, she was like really ecstatic the first time I did.
Yeah.
And like she called me, like she normally can't call me doing work. She was telling me how ecstatic she was. Like, I still have her smell of you of me or my cologne or whatever. Okay. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, maybe she's telling me all those things. In my mind, I'm like, okay, well, maybe she do that.
Yeah.
Or regular. She really likes it like that. Well, you know how like it's a fight with something else, how it becomes an issue. So the Lord was saying, good girl, maybe I should do something differently. But hey,
yo, but you know what? You made a good point earlier. You said that somebody was telling her, put something in her ear. I've found that happens quite often. A lot of times is sometimes you got people telling you things and you just kind of run with it, and you end up missing out on something good because somebody else was whispering something in your ear because they were jealous or they wanted that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. Could be, yeah.
But hey, we got plenty of stories we can tell about this course of this show. But yeah, this is the first Toxic Tuesday. Like I said, be sure to follow us on our social media platforms. We don't have some guests coming in. We also want to have some women. We're talking to women too. So there are people, some point of views from the women's, from their side. Like I said, it's not gonna be a bias. Just two single dudes. More to me, it was married, divorced. Now a wife in a girlfriend. I don't know. Poly, it's with everybody here, all right? But we appreciate y'all rocking with us on this first episode of Toxic Tuesday. It's the introduction. What is toxic? You can see more of these here on a regular. But I don't know if I listen to Rary's podcast. I don't know positive words. Start off with positive words. So I'm going to leave off with this, all right? That's from the great Malcolm X. This is Black History Month. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss. It contains its own seed. It's a lesson on how to improve your performance the next time. So, yeah, this is Toxic Tuesday. It's your boy Ray.
It's your boy Mario.
Yep. Catch us next time.
Yeah.
Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid.